Welcome everyone to this great event that has been organized by great women that have stepped out boldly to denounce violence against women in the ministry, and women at large. My name is Gloria Onuoha Ezema, and it is my pleasure to be one of the speakers at this event. When we hear about violence, it gives us goosebumps to even think of it. And when we hear about women that have lost their lives in the hands of men and people that they love, it is even more heartbreaking. So that's why we're here today. And before I start, I must thank the organizers of this event, because what they're doing today, creating awareness, is actually the first step towards stopping the violence itself. Because once you create awareness, even the perpetrators themselves will become afraid. They will watch these videos. They will hear everything that is going on with women that are coming out more and more to talk about the violence. And they will run away. Because one thing with bullies is that they are afraid of being recognized. So now that you're creating this awareness, you are exposing them. And many of them will think twice before they even lay their hands on any woman, not to talk of killing another woman again. But before I go further into how to eliminate the violence, I would like to give you some insights into the life of some of these women that have become victims. Some have died in the process. Others have survived to tell their stories. And many of us are victims. Many of us are friends of victims. And many of us are sisters of the victims. And I know many of you that came out today, some of you might be wondering, how come these things were not prevented before it got to the extent that the woman lost her life? When they are in those situations, in abusive relationship, because most of the time it starts with abuse before the violence comes in, or the violence and abuse come hand in hand. The victim herself, she's almost like someone that is kidnapped. So she's blind sometimes, we'll say love blinds. So her mind is focused on even the perpetrator, trying to save the perpetrator, thinking that the perpetrator needs help, not even her. So people outside see it more. And that's why most of the time people think that the person is hiding or is very secretive, doesn't want people to know about it. It's because she does not understand the magnitude of what she's in. So when I say that people outside say it, she might have brothers, she might have sisters, but especially the women, the sisters, because there's one thing about women is that when a woman sees something, she looks even deeper and say, what is that? If she hears something, she tunes her ears even deeper to hear more. But a man can see things and walk away. A woman will see things and try to analyze it. So that's why it's very important that women come out to be able to help their sisters that are victims. I'll tell you why a lot of women in these situations do not talk that much until it gets worse. Because it's good to share it so that other women will know how to save their friends and their sisters. So why some of these women die in these relationships is because they don't talk. And when they want to share something, sometimes they might try to find someone that they can confide in. And unfortunately, a lot of women gossip a lot. So when women are going through these trials and tribulations in the house, they want someone that they can talk to, that can keep their secret. Not the dangerous ones that you can't keep, you have to bring to authority, but they want someone that they can at least talk to without the whole world hearing about it. So unfortunately, a lot of women gossip a lot. So when women are going through these trials, they're afraid that they want to bring it out to their friend. But the only thing is that that friend will not even keep it to be able to guide them quietly, but rather will tell the whole world about it. And then they will be so ashamed even to bring out what they're going through. So I'm pleading with women, be your sister's keeper. I know the Bible says be your brother's keeper, but I'm changing it to sister because this is a sister's fellowship. Be your sister's keeper. Be a confidant that somebody can come to you and share deep things. Yes, like I said, if it's a dangerous thing, you bring it out to the public or you bring it out to the right place, not tell it to the whole group and the whole world will hear about it. So that's why some men keep quiet sometimes and they die in the process. And then you will come around as a friend and you're like, oh my God, how come I was friendly with her and she didn't open her mouth? Because when she said something to you, you told the whole world about it and she had it. And then she went into her little cocoon. And that's why she stayed there until she died. So please, I'm pleading with women. Let's stop gossiping so much, especially when it's a serious case. Help the victim, because the victim, if she knows how to get out by herself, she will. But when you're in crisis, you cannot make very good decisions by yourself. It's people around you that will help you to make that decision. So that's a little insight into the life of those women. But I'll give you some clues that will help other women to know when there's danger. Number one, when a spouse cuts you off from your friends and tells you, this your friend is not good, this one is not good, this one I don't like, that means they want to keep you to themselves so that they can decide to do whatever they want to do to you by themselves. And when they want to kill you, they will kill you with no one being a witness. So when they cut you away from your friends, it's a clue that there's danger ahead. Number two, when they cut you off from your relatives, that's another danger because they don't want someone to come near you and once again become a witness to what they will do to you in the house. That's a red flag. The third red flag is this. When a spouse starts saying negative words to you, telling you things to make you feel that you're worthless. Your hair is not good. Your shape is not good. Your eyes is not good. Your nose is not good. That means they're trying to crush your emotion. And then you won't be able to stand on your feet again to pray because then you're very weak emotionally, and then spiritually will even weaken you because you'll be rewinding what you're hearing from him over and over. And then what do we do? How do we eliminate this violence? My advice is that any woman that is going through violence in marriage, report it to your relatives. Even if you don't have friends that you can confide in. That's one thing about relatives. Relatives are there forever. A friend can detach from you, but your relative will remain with you. So share with your relative, they will rescue you. Do not be afraid. Once the person is out of your life, I am telling you, things will be better in your life. Because once your mind is clear, you're not afraid anymore. You will be able to do more, even for your children. And lastly, bring it to the authority before you die. Once again, I know a lot of people, they're very ashamed to step out because they said, oh, people will hear this. But unfortunately, when you die, not even people around you, but the whole world will hear about it. It's better for the person to go to prison than for the person to kill you. And then when you do that too, you will rescue other women because when he leaves your house, he might go to another woman and he might end up killing another woman. So it's good to report it to authority. So before you become a world news, you can take care of it in your own little way. I know I have so much to say, but I will stop here now so that we can go home and think of what I have said already. And think of what we can do on our own to save ourselves and to save our sisters, our friends, and others around us. So I thank you so much for organizing this event. And I thank you so much for giving me the pleasure to be part of this event, not only as a guest, but to be able to participate. Thank you so much. And may God continue to guide each one of us in our relationships and continue to use us to help our friends, our sisters, and anyone that might need our help to prevent them from dying. Before I end, we will observe a few moments of silence to remember our sisters that have lost their lives. Let's bow our heads. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Thank you so much for inviting me. May God bless all of us. Thank you.